Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Europa Universalis IV with me, Alfapiomega, Meiou and Taxes, Historical Immersion and Bohemia. So, in the last episode we have been given a painful lesson of our current situation because we are surrounded by enemies on both sides. The Empire has France on the west and Ottomans on the southeast. And this is really a big problem. So I have to figure out how to separate these two and somehow avoid more punishing defeats as the one we had before. Savoy actually got out of the war with France fairly easily. They just lost one province and they have been forced to break their treaty with us. We can't really offer alliance to them anymore. Maybe did they have Aval as well? Not sure, I don't think so. They probably did. They might have lost two provinces instead of one, but we're gonna avenge them, I promise. The Empire will not fall. So we'll need to work on that. First of all, we need more forts. We need to be secure. So let's build a fort here. It's gonna cost quite a lot of manpower, but we're gonna do it. We're also going to strengthen the fort in Obder Ends and pay for it. And the last one, we want a stronger fort in Haveland, and I'm also gonna upgrade the one in Rupin. How much do you cost? Okay, well we have just enough manpower and treasury. So we're upgrading the fort in Haveland, the one in Voitsko, and the one in Obder Ends. And Rupin will be next when we have money and manpower. We also can take the next technology in the diplomatic tree, the Navy board. As navies grew, so did their complexity. Rulers began to establish navy boards to arrange for repairs, supplies, and buildings of ship in the Royal Navy. You can see that now people are more likely to vote for us than ever, but yeah, they still hate us for the annexation. Actually, what the hell? Okay, they no longer hate us for the annexation, so I think we might start annexing Moravia. How long would that take? 784. Unless continuously charged. 784. So does that mean we will annex them immediately? Well, let's try it and see what's gonna happen. Start the process of annexing your vassal. Not sure how this is gonna happen. It's claiming that it's gonna cost us 784. But there is no running annexation cost? So it's taking... Okay, so taking 10 out of us and basically taking all of our diplo power. All that we have, and based on it, it's gonna take a while. I probably shouldn't have taken the technology, it would make it way faster, but hey, at least we have some time. So with the estimated, if it goes by 1% per month, it's gonna take 100 months, correct? Well, roughly 80 months, so in about 5 years we'll annex Moravia. Council of Dillingen begins. So let's send our people without destruction. We're still shook by what happened. One thing that we need to take into account is that we need to reform our army. And we're probably going to go for fortification and standing army ideas next, these two groups. Then we're going to go back, fortification and standing army, or standing army and fortification. Then we're going to turn back to the other ones. But I'm going to revoke the ceremonial officer posts from the greater nobles, even if it takes away my stability. Because it turned out to be fairly painful for us. And they're taking away about 5 points of discipline or something like that. It's not showing here, but they were taking away discipline from my troops. We can't have that. Grudgingly. Okay, so we can lose between 0 and 3 stability. Wow! We lost 0! Holy hell, I think I've never been this lucky before. Okay, that's gonna also lower our corruption and their power, I think. That's decent. So currently they have only the privilege of... no privilege in the army, okay. Friends in need. Wait. Friends in need, 25 administrative power. Sure, we're gonna help Denmark. We have a strong alliance going with Poland, Denmark, Norway, and Lithuania as their vassal, plus Bosnia and, well, Baden-Württemberg is hardly someone I would consider as a strong vassal, but it's going. The depot power is weird though. It's calculating somehow really weirdly. I'm just gonna ignore that for now. So I could lay a claim on Austria now. So honestly, let's fabricate a claim on their capital. I think I would like to take these 2 provinces from them next time, and then be just done with Austria, and ideally have good relations with them. Because seriously, this would make it, more defendable for us. And we have nothing against Austria right now, do we? No. It's a reasonable relation with them. Outbreak of heresy. What is this? Because religion is so important to our people, they spend a good deal of time debating morality and scripture. This in itself is no problem, but it sometimes leads them in directions It sometimes leads them in direction our religious leaders disapprove of. Some of our people have now strayed from the Catholic faith and are openly committing blasphemy. Rooted out by force, some missionaries to show them the error of their faith, or leave them alone. Let's root it out by force. And I also reformed the military into the original shape. We have Královské vojsko in Praha. We have Moravské vojsko here, which is gonna then be stationed in Brněnsko. And the Hungarian army is here again. 44,000 men. Nice. Radical Reformation. The event of the 16th century led to great religious revival where Christians approached their faith on a new personal basis. With the help of a growing literacy, newly translated Bibles, and the Protestant Reformation leading the way, many peasants and burghers began to preach a fundamentalist form of Christianity. This new denomination emphasized personal responsibility, democracy, and the equality of men, radical, subversive, and extremely popular among the common people. So you can ban the tracts from Bohemia, burn missionaries at the stake, or encourage their work. We're temperate and just, so just ban their tracts from Bohemia. 20% of the population will be converted to Reformed Christianity in 3 Bohemian provinces. Some Caucasian Christians will also be converted. Some Protestants will also be converted. It's not bad. Is the conversion continuing? Yes, it is. Okay. So we just have Komaron and Rupin again. God damn it. Rupin keeps slipping up to the Reformation. Now I have a bit of money again, so let's see if we can upgrade the fort in Rupin. Yeah, we can. Okay. So let's do that. And we also need to upgrade the one in Cottbus. I'm just gonna upgrade all of our forts. And maybe honestly, even build a new one in Srem and Hunyad, I guess. Man, it would be awesome if we could just steal the Banat province from the Ottomans, but that's probably not gonna happen anytime soon. Institutions. How's the casual literacy? Okay, it's spread to Pozinsko and to Chasovsko, and it would cost 2,192 provinces. 2,192 gold to get it. So that's just awesome. And we got a revolt in Pozinsko, Bohemian peasants. And a great advisor has died, and we got reformed retaliation. Angered by the treatment of the translator of the Reformed Confessions, Reformed fanatics broke into the castle of the man who ordered it and strung him up, before proceeding to barricade themselves inside the castle. Although this revolt was doomed to failure, it was a rallying cry for Reformed partisans in Bohemia, who saw it as a noble gesture. The military engineer Jan Václav Spolšic dies. Pozinsko. 7 reformed regiments rise up in revolt in Pozinsko, and up to 10% of population will be converted. You bastards. Okay, so we're gonna let you get a bit of morale. And what are we going to take? Trade efficiency, national tax manufacture, or trade efficiency 10%. Let's take Bolesov Rainer, he's younger. Okay, and let's send Václav Vok to deal with this rebellion. How's our king doing? He's 38, and he's gonna get the 3rd personality trait in 2 years. Okay. So 14th of December. The annexation of Moravia is continuing. We're at 10%. Awesome. We're gonna get the penalty probably when we finish the annexation. So... oh, Vladislav is just a beast. We killed 7,000 people and lost 369. That is decent. Let's lower the army maintenance. We don't need to pay for that. Let's reinforce our troops and send them back to Praha to drill. I want to see an army professionalism of at least 45. We got a church reform. Over the centuries, the Catholic Church faced many issues never dreamt of by the apostles. When these issues grew pressing enough, the bishops of the church would meet with the Pope to debate the matter. After deciding on a course of action, the church would disseminate the new doctrine throughout the church. New priests were given a benefice from the church to provide them with an income while doing God's work. But in return, they were expected to pay their first year's income, or anate, to the church. This provided bishops with an income, which made the position more lucrative and more tempting for noble sons, but it also increased the poverty of the average priest and so drove educated middle-class men away from priesthood. Since the bishops themselves also paid the anate, it also encouraged bishops to tax the peasants on their land heavily, leading many peasants to see the church as no better than any other baron or duke. In 1568, the church officially abolished the practice of paying the anate. This will significantly cut down on the simony events. We also got emergency tithe. Facing extreme persecution from the Catholic faith, our heathen subjects have gathered together a special tax which their leaders offer to us if we will grant them mercy and allow them to stay in Bohemia. Show them mercy. Policy of intolerance will be removed. We will move towards secularism. We are making use of the minority, so we'll be able to convert it. unable to convert. The expulsion of heretics will be removed from Kotsko. God will not sway our mind. And conversion successful. We actually have a lot of provinces converted to reformed, so we need to keep this as a sort of a progress. God damn it, work in progress. There's a lot of them. I also looked at Vienna is part of the Austria proper, and this province, Burgenland, is part of Transdanubia. So getting these two provinces is imperative for us to finish the states. We're gonna get the last from Austria proper in a Viertel when we annex Bayern-Staubing. So after that point, we are going to legalize our relations with Austria and make it so that they are probably allowing them as an ally. That would be best. We would have Poland, Austria, Bosnia, and eventually, hopefully, even Meissen. I don't know what's up with them, why they're still so pissy. The trust of us is fairly high. We do have favors. So what the hell? Hostile. Well, we did excommunicate them, and we do have border frictions with them, so yeah, I guess that's reasonable. There is a new pope, and he is being controlled by the papal state, unfortunately. I invested a bit of influence into the pope, because, you know, we had 200, and it did not yield anything. Oh well. We can take mannerism now, so let's take it. A new school of art which emerged from the Renaissance, notable for its intellectual sophistication and tension. It spread rapidly throughout Europe and remained popular for centuries. Extra administrative efficiency +5, and we can now build the mine complex. However, instead we are going to upgrade the fort in Cottbus, because we want to do that for a long time. And I also want to mention that I started building the fort in Hunyad, as I mentioned before, so that one will be a long-lasting project. We upgraded the one in Torontal. We are almost done with coring Shumbat Hilly, where the fort will also be upgraded. We got Obdarens being upgraded. Budějovisko, not yet, but we'll work on that. Vojtsko is being upgraded. Rupin is being upgraded, Haveland is being upgraded, Cottbus being upgraded. These two provinces will need that. Trenchin as well, and these forts I don't plan to upgrade at this point. We're getting a decent amount of troops, 756 every month. So I'm considering that after I upgrade the forts, I'm just gonna let it run. In a couple of decades, we could get to very high numbers there, and especially if I milk the support of Lesser, and yeah, let's work on that. I'd like to get to at least 100,000. I know I use them for roads and everything, but I feel quite dangerously threatened right now, so it would be a good idea to get a bit of that under control. We're also gonna get probably quite a lot of money from Moravia, which I would like to honestly use to upgrade the capital in Praha, or maybe build the Great City Hall, which will give us extra 10 urban gravity, which in Praha translates to about 35,000. Plus, I think there's also a bonus. So, conversion successful. So, let's go with Dula. Hey! And our court has changed. Something that we have been working on for a long time. It has now become luxurious court. So, let's check it out. Luxurious court, stability increase interval lowered. We have extra diplomat, extra morale, yearly prestige, possible advisors, diplomatic reputation +2, improved relations +10, diplomatic relations +2, and liberty desire and subjects -15%, and extra art power in capital. Is that extra +2? Nah, we already had that, unfortunately. Well, but, you know, a luxurious court is decent. Now let's check it out how much we would have to invest to get to the last level, which is level 6. Current court wealth is 1648 gold. We're funding it by 206. Ask advisors for help. So level 6 expected court funding 577. So that's 300 gold every year more. That's almost 40 gold every month. That's no. 192. Let's increase it by 10, 202, so that we get a bit more gold into the court. Okay, and on that note, I'm going to end the episode here. Luxurious court or not. Generally speaking, we're doing good. We're covering provinces. Our might is slowly increasing. We can get another unit. Okay, good. That extra unit will go to Královské vojsko, where we're going to get the extra tertio infantry. And our provinces, especially in Hungary, are dropping with autonomy. Yes, that's quite important. Because these provinces are actually kind of valuable. And they will give us quite a lot. But, you know, it will take time. You guys are still super pissy, right? Because you are not part of... No, you are. So what the hell is your problem? Is it because you have such bad communication efficiency? Oh yeah, 41 days. There's a lot of separatism going on. Local fortifications. Okay. And no roads. You guys have worse communication efficiency and a much better autonomy. I guess it really is the local fortifications. They play quite a big role. Anyway, see you in the next episode.